Okay, now we're live.
What we're doing today is installing a set of sway bar kit front and rear on a 57 Chevy station wagon. The rear's already completed, the front's pre-assembled. Some holes to drill on the front, there were some holes to drill on the rear. Everything seemed to go together pretty decent on the rear. I'll put the lift up and see if everything stays in place.
See if everything stays in place. Oh, I will. I'll wait. Oh, you can talk. It don't matter. I'm not talking over the lift going up. Well, somebody knows it's a Nomad. The one guy that's on here knows it's a Nomad. Here, go ahead. I'm gonna go over. Oh, it's not a Nomad.
No, it's not.
Go ahead. You can take a picture. Just walk around with that. I'm gonna go get up on the computer. So you tell them what you're doing, Brandon, and what you're working on.
Everything basically stayed in place with the U-bolts onto the rear axle. The sway bars it just pivoted as it went up.
So it says they tighten those about 10 foot-pounds of torque. Obviously there's a little movement in that. Maybe it's supposed to roll, not positive. Test ride will definitely show the result. But that's installed. We had to drill holes in the frame on both sides, run U-bolts through the frame, tighten them down. And then that concludes the rear sway bar.
Remember to tighten the bolt for the bushings before you tighten the bracket up to the frame of the...
No dark matter, that's my nephew. The guy that's doing the guy that's actually doing the work there, the young guy. My nephew Brandon, it's his. How long ago did you buy it?
I bought this about 4 weeks ago.
I don't got my babushka on to get on here. I don't like that. I need my hat on. What do you need?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'd say just weld it on where it fits good.
Not sure how this is going to go yet.
Yep.
That's it.
Out that far?
Yeah, I'll grab that side.
Alright. Heavy? Holy hell, you're a young kid yet.
So that's going to sit something like that.
What did you drill? You drilling and putting these on? Because I didn't see how you did this.
This has to be drilled and bolted.
Alright.
And then there's a U-bracket that bolts up to the frame here.
Okay.
And it looks like this is going to have to be done like the rear with the suspension or preloaded with the weight of the car. And it does say to do it with the normal weight of the car, no heavy loads, not doing it with the body off, just chassis. But that's how we're going to get started here.
You gotta mark it, figure
How
out
do you
where
have
it's at and mark it, or
How do you pause this?
you don't, just keep it live.
Oh, well.
That's all right. They're watching.
Oh.
They'll talk and they'll chat. They'll. I'll walk them. When you bring it down, I'll walk them around the car. All right, I'm bringing the chat up, guys, because I couldn't on the other one there. At least I thought I was. Show live chat. There it is. Hey, Will, how you doing? Hey, Leon.
Does it tell you in the book where to drill the A-arms?
This is going to be an exact location.
Hey, look at this, everybody. We have instructions, and we have a book out that we're actually looking at to do this. What the hell?
From the 50s.
From the 50s.
Glass from the past.
There you go. He actually, well, you bought the book, or someone gave it to you, or borrowing it? There's Brandon giving the shop floor a blow job, making happy. I know the excitement, isn't it something? When he drops the car down, I'll walk you around it and show you that. And then put what in the title, Will? That I'm walking around looking at it, or that I'm not doing anything?
Are you on the outer frame? So that'd be good.
How's the stream, guys? Does it look pretty good? Well, that's what I figured you meant, but I wasn't going to say it again.
Alright, I guess we gotta drop.
Is the stream good? I'm using his Wi-Fi, so I was just wondering. Yeah, I'll show you once he drops this down. I'll give you guys a look at it here. If you notice, the title it already says my nephew and my brother-in-law working on it. I'm just here to take a video. Actually, the other day I did put a timing light on it and set the timing for it. I sort of forgot how to do that stuff.
Yeah, there's only 150 degrees advanced.
Yeah, it was only about 150 degrees off. We wondered why it won't start. I was looking for the data link connector to plug my scan tool into, but I couldn't find one on this.
I got confused on the second paragraph.
Now I want to tell you guys, I'll make sure this is right, what I'm going to say here. But Brandon, weren't you told that you were gonna paint these stripes to sort of make a match? And what did the guy tell you that knows about these when you were going to paint them?
He said they're super rare on a 150 and they're worth about $1,000 a piece, and don't touch them.
1,000 piece per side. Don't touch them.
Touch that. It's not dry yet.
Well, I'm not touching it. I was just pointing at that. That was the part I was concerned with.
I know,
So
you had your hand by it, so.
yeah, here, I'll just lean on it. So I know you're working, but I was gonna. Is it all right if I open up the door? You think, just to show them inside? So there's what the inside looks like. He's done a lot of work to it already, but it's actually not in bad shape body wise from where it came from and where we live and the year. There's the front. He asked me to bring him a old telephone line out wire with the modular ends on, and I wasn't sure why, because I know he doesn't, we don't use telephones like that anymore, landlines, and he actually said, it's for what, your woofer, your tweeter, you're tweeting your woofer, or what are you doing?
Installing an amplifier for sub.
Okay.
I don't want it to be used all the time, so I have to hook a modular rheostat up to it so that I can tone it down, turn it up when needed.
Yep. So there you go. And I know absolutely nothing about any of that stuff, I'm happy to say it. And here's his old puppy dog, Buster. Say hi, Buster. Buster, where are you going? There he is. Oh, yeah, he does too. And what I found interesting about it is, he's in his 30s, and just because his dad's been into these cars, I've been into these cars, and he's been around the older cars all his life, he actually wanted a 57 to work on. There's the. Yeah, I mentioned something about possible stains on the back seat, but we won't go any further than that, Will. And here's the engine bay.
283 power plant.
Yep, with a 283 power plant, man.
Muncie 4-speed.
Muncie 4
Yep.
speed, M22. Just got the heater box in yesterday. Need to do the solenoid valve yet for the heater. Gonna change this out to probably either a flex fan or electric fan. Move the radiator back, get some more air over the radiator.
Yep, the old 283, man. That was a good engine. What are you waiting for? You're waiting for instructions on how to proceed.
The bar assembly should be centered such that the end links will be secured to the A-arms in such a fashion that there is equal distance between the A-arm bracket and some orientation.
Yep, and I think it's Holly.
Holly 600
Yep, Holly 600.
Performance series.
A good orientation point is the bolt or rivet securing the lower ball joint to the A-arm. The end link should be attached to the lower in such a fashion that the end link is pointed.
So what else is going on this morning, guys?
So we find that centered in the A-arm.
Yeah, especially with no steering wheel on it. Holy shit, that's going to be really hard to drive.
Vice grip.
Oh, vice grips. What? That'll work. Plus, there's no speedometer either. You got to guess how fast you're going. But you put antique plates on it, hell, you can take it out and you can run it today. Uh-oh. Joseph, you're on YouTube. Say hi. It's live. What? Where are you going?
Say hi to everybody.
Say hello, everybody.
Yeah, right.
You'll be able to watch this 20 years from now.
Yeah, you can tell your girlfriend you're on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, baby. Look at that. You want to wave? You want to say hi? That's my nephew's son, Joseph, and his wife, Jen.
Before we go.
Where are you going to the breakfast party?
No, that's not until 4 o'clock. We're going to go up to Walmart for some groceries. Get Hunter birthday. I'm going to pick up tickets, but if I take him, I think he's going to want my ride. So I'm just going to give.
Yeah, that's what I figured. They'll tell you, and then when you tell them you don't know how fast you were going, just show them the dash that there's no speedometer in there. So how could they not believe you that you really didn't know how fast you were going? Sound like an air hose. Sound like it was over this way.
I went down it. Like cobalt air hoses.
Or it was something I stepped on here that was laying here. Oh, I kicked the can over. I kicked the can! Oh no! I would have taken it to the dealership and had it done. Well, like I said in the title, you know, I'm just watching anyhow, so it's pretty hard to fire me. We can't see too much of the action. No, it's just.
Yeah, there's a bolt there by the on the A-arm, Brandon. There's a bolt right by the ball joint. Measure from that.
Brandon, they want to know what color you're going to eventually paint it.
Probably a charcoal bottom and black cherry top.
Okay, because the one guy said to paint it red because it'll go faster. More,
Police think so.
yeah, more horsepower. More horsepower with red. Just trying to do some fitting to.
More chrome.
Yep. More chrome makes it go faster.
And more horsepower.
4.5 inches with it perpendicular. Measuring with this to the bolt head, not centered on it.
That's what she
Where, the
said.
hole?
Yeah. 4.5. Oh, shit. Not more than that. It's surprising. Mine looks like it's more too, but it was 4.5. Can you name me
We need
set of channel locks? Straight up, the one that says Jet on it, on the toolbox.
one that says Jet. Okay.
On that wire.
And you want channel locks or you want vice grips? Okay, you heard him. He asked me for channel locks first, but they're probably channel lock vice grips.
Slide my way in here.
I did.
Thanks for stopping in, Grant.
I'm at 4 5/8. Yep, 5 1/8.
You bought that new emblem too, didn't you, Brandon?
Yep.
Yeah. I always thought those looked so good. All right, well, I don't know if you guys, this is what we were up to. I wanted Brandon to show what he was doing because I actually hope to come out when he's working on different stuff, and this way we'll sort of have a progression of what it's doing and what it's starting to look like as he keeps working on it. So thank you all for stopping in. Get them measured up, drill some holes, and where's that? Do you know?
Yep, right there.
Oh, okay. So what's that? You gonna go back up in the lift?
Yeah. Well,
You get a drill? You guys want me to stick around? You want to see the drilling and the mounting? If you do, I'll stick around. If not, then I won't. Hello? Yeah, I know, Dark. You'll probably stick around and watch it, won't you, if nobody else does?
can't get
All right, I'll stay on. It doesn't matter to me as long as my phone stays charged and somebody wants to watch it. We'll watch them continue. I'll have to back it with a nut.
Actually, here. I got my side. Well, I'm not quite centered. Are you centered in the frame? Not quite. You can center it once you.
Man, that stuff, that crawling around your back, that's for the young kids.
Yeah, it sucks. That's why I paid money for a good whip. Okay.
Don't lick the can? Oh, kick the can.
Watch that stool.
With all my problems, it's possible.
Michael, watch that stool.
Why? What does it do? Actually, the way it sounds like it'd fall off the stool. Chevy? Kid has a nicer lift than I have in my garage. It isn't right.
Markings?
They'll believe that you put it in when you start drilling. Where'd you mark?
Got our lines here that we'll have to bring down and flush up with our A-arms.
Measure back to,
We measured to this bolt here to get an equal distance on each side.
Ah.
Hoping that years of abuse.
We got a guy in here in the chat now that's probably worked on a few of these. He'll let you know how to do it. Back when they were popular.
pretty simple, just the paint in the butt.
Yeah, it is.
Laying on the floor.
It is a bend pack made in China, but you know, it's one of those. It's the difference between your $12,000, $15,000 for a Mohawk, and
This isn't a bend pack.
like everything else. Oh no, that's right. It's not a bend pack. It's a different Chinese make.
No, it's made in Germany. It's a Holstein.
What is it? Say it again.
Holstein.
Oh, well then it should be black with white dots on it. If it's a Holstein.
So far, it's worked great. I get a lot of use out of it. The only downfall with it is it does have a little oil leak in it.
So see that? It's made in Germany, not China.
Pre-punched.
Uh-oh.
Are these where you want them?
I don't want to show the electrical. It's not up to code. I don't know. I could... Let's see. I am German. Huh. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? And that's it. That's all I know. And that German comes from watching Hogan's Heroes. It's the best I can do. And I probably didn't even say it right. So anyhow, I'm sort of looking at the lift. Oh, there it is. I don't know if you can see it up there. It's above the... But there's how it's spelled. Hollstein. That's the make it is. Hate BMW. Euro trash, as some other guys on YouTube say. It's probably made in the same design as Ben Pack is, but hello, Dan Ho's Toolbox. Yes. Show him what he did in the back. Well, I want to show him what he did in the back too, because he did the other one.
All of this was.
Yeah, it's
had to
no,
be
it's actually showing up pretty well.
fabricated, Brandon made, and then new body supports that were all tack welded in, and
Yep. Yep, I think he did it on both sides too, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if that's one or not.
it's not factory original, but it works.
So I'll go back here, and here's the one they already mounted in the back. They were finishing this one up when I stopped out. Careful. Cut them off.
Yeah, I mean, there's other bolts on there.
And the battery powered tool screams, no! No!
Shavings in my hand.
Actually, what did you put the cherry bombs on? Was that on when we set the timing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. Right.
It's all we used to run was them old cherry bombs. That was the hot setup. Should have been on live earlier when I diagnosed his problem with his Harley. What year's the Harley?
04 for sale.
04 Harley, it's for sale. You want to look at it? I'll show you that. It has a P0108 code in it, which is a map sensor code. So he's going to have a look at that eventually and see.
What extra parts do we have? Still don't have a clue what the springs are for.
Don't they give you an assembled picture somewhere? And you can look for the springs?
Oh, the book, but there's no springs in the book. The
Okay.
assembly manual that I have is not made for this exact kit.
Right, but I meant the kit itself. There's not a assembled picture somewhere of
No,
it all together, and
no, I think it can come with a book.
them cheap bastards. Who'd you buy it from? We're gonna run them down. They didn't give you a book.
Yoki?
Oh, no, I mean, who's the maker?
Oh, competition, suspension.
Oh, okay. That's what I meant by who you bought them from. Yeah, I'm not sure if the cherry bombs are legal or illegal here. They still just have to be muffler. Because you said you're not putting antique plates on it. You're going to get it PA state inspected to drive it as a daily driver, correct? Well, there you go. So, good thing he has a friend in the inspection business, and that's all we'll say. And it's not me. It's not me. I got my license, I just don't do it.
I found an old bolt.
Is the other angle bracket for you?
And here's the Harley that I was looking at, and I've never done anything with them, but you can actually get the codes out of these Harleys by just doing a few things. Yep, we all have those bolt bins sitting around, don't we? They'll find something, I'm sure. I know what you meant, Will. There we are, look, we're on YouTube live. Dang. Wow, you got fast internet here. This is much nicer than doing it at home. But there's the bike that's for sale. Let me know if you want to buy it. Dark, you'd look good on that. I think you need that. How much for the bike? $86.50. And that's not $86.50, I don't think. I think that's $8,650. But it has a code in it. We'll fix that though, or try to. Will, that'd be a good project for you. You can figure out what the code is.
You've got the big bore kit too. Power Commander.
Big bore kit, Power Commander, and whatever else there may be.
True dual exhaust.
True dual exhaust. Well, you know, Dark, you can always start. There's always a first time, you know? Hey, Wyatt, how you doing? Yep, I know you're coming in late to the party, Wyatt. This is my, that's my nephew Brandon there. I don't think you met him when you were here with us. But he's working on his 57 Chevy that he bought You'll have to go back and watch the beginning of the video. I did a walk around. He's installing stabilizer bars on it right now. Rear one's done and he's working on the front. They just measured it up and hooking stuff up for it.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, okay, we got it.
What's that?
So I went over and got it.
Oh, I know you put that.
And it sounds like he got a side job to work on.
Bring it over and
Okay.
that, we're gonna take off and go for a
Busy
ride.
shop even on a Sunday.
Alright, well, I'll get it done today.
Yeah, so whenever.
Sounds
Yeah, it
good.
looks like I'm gonna have to mow again as soon as it's done.
I know.
Yeah.
It started to rain, I thought, well, you'll get halfway up there and get soaked.
So, yeah. So, we'll see ya.
See you later.
Okay, Wyatt. Well, I appreciate you stopping in. You're still in Germany, right, Wyatt? I thought so. Hey, Will, sometime when I meet you, I'll tell you what I told our human resources manager when we were going to work teams, and he said to me, you know, you ought to try work teams. You may like them. And I gave him an answer that I'm not going to give on here, but my answer could have got me in a lot of trouble. But anyhow, that's a whole nother story.
I wouldn't think so.
Hey Chad, how you doing? Working on the 57 Chevy station wagon? Oh, well, maybe you'll pass Wyatt there somewhere. I don't know when he's coming back for sure. He did tell me, but I can't remember stuff like that. I can't remember what I'm doing from day to day. Okay, the mounting. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I gotta hold freaking nuts. Uh-oh.
Bushings go.
Yeah, that's about where that whole team concept ended up at our plant. It was a drastic failure. Uh-oh. We fell apart. That's what happens when you ask me to hold your nuts. Stuff falls apart. Uh-oh, we had to do an end around.
I fucked that up.
What? You did what?
It was fudge.
Yeah. Oh man, and so much for editing.
Don't worry about that. We'll get this sitting there. Just put it on.
Here.
I'm missing.
Oh my gosh, we don't have all the parts together.
Oh, we got him.
We're missing parts. They're in back pockets. They're on the floor.
Pull out. I think it'll hold it. Now we're probably gonna have to drop the car back down again. How'd that work?
That held very good.
The hole is bigger than the nut.
Longest one I've been on, Will, was I went to Iceland, and I forget how long it was, but I mean, I never mind the flight. I never had a problem with the flight. It was just the bullshit with TSA and all the crap you had to go through. You want both of them? Both of the two of them? Unless, of course, if you get them to strip search you in a good way, you could have fun. Or I mean, search you, not strip search you. Unless, of course, you want a strip search. That's totally up to the individual. Dark, I didn't actually go through the scanner. I left them pat me down. I enjoy it. As a matter of fact, I enjoyed it so much that I went around and asked them to do it again. Oh, dropped the washer.
Drop it down.
Yeah, put the weight back. Hold up on that.
So what do you think when we tighten those stabilizer links down? We tighten them tight enough that they squeeze out like pancakes, right?
No.
No? Oh, what the hell? You're no fun. I actually think you ought to take the impact to them and just keep beating on them till they're tight, or snap the bolt, one or the other. All right, see you, Wyatt. Thanks for stopping in. See, I always come out and give him help when he's working on stuff. That's the kind of guy I am. I don't know who you're gonna antagonize there, DIY.
Okay, we're rolling her down.
Down periscope. Looks nice and shiny under there. It needs side pipes. I think he talked about putting stacks on it.
Zoomies out through the hood.
Zoomies out through the hood. Now that sounds good. Yeah, Dave, and I don't have Helga in here to monitor you either. Easy for me to say. She'd kick your ass right out. You get like that.
The air ride making noise.
The air ride suspension. We are at my nephew's garage. My nephew on the left, my brother-in-law, well, on my right, the way you're looking at it there. And we are well, he is. I'm just watching. They're working on his 57 Chevy, putting stabilizer bars on it. His project car. Yeah, she's a sweet woman. Lived with her for 25 years. Well, never mind, you'd never make it. You got to be of a certain ilk to be able to do that. Well, you can't see what they're doing, but they're just fitting bolts in there and laying under the car. And that she can. She can certainly cook. You can see by how heavy I am that she can. Yep, I build up a tolerance. That and good medication. It'll get you through it. Are those snap-on tools you're using?
Nope.
What do you mean no?
You're in.
Oh, okay. Or the fact that he just eats fast food because he can't standard cooking, that'll make you fat too, but however you want to look at it, Dave. Dave, I say that stuff right to her face. She hears it all the time. Nobody quite understands our relationship. What are you tightening up now? Just your mounts?
The stable, right now I'm tightening up the stabilizer link.
Oh, you're tightening up the link since it's on the ground, huh? You don't have to put it on the ground for that. You follow too many rules. I was gonna say, do you want your stool back?
No,
Didn't you get a beer yet?
not yet.
Smoke break.
What time is it?
Union smoke break. It's getting close. It's getting close to beer o'clock. I know, I can't look at my phone. I'm taking your picture with it.
Oh,
Gotta be at least 11.
oh, it's close enough.
Ah. 11:16. Thanks, Will. Thanks for the 10:36 on the 11:16.
Well, yeah, 10:30 mass, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. We heard the bells for 10:30 mass. There you go.
10:30 mass.
Communion. Oh, I like Stella. And the beer, too.
Impact done with the 9/16. It should be out.
There you go. Look at that. I handed a tool. Ha ha. Oh, yeah, he blessed that first. Boy, could I tell you guys a story about blessing something and getting holy candles, but that's a story for another time too. That was him and I won't get into that now. That's And believe it or not, that would have been right around yesterday's date because the Kentucky Derby was on when we were at the bar.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Oh, and you know what, Dave? That was down in your area. What bar were we at?
Tumble in.
The Tumble Inn in Edders.
Better.
Yep. This one guy that's in here, this Dave, he's from there. That's where he lives. He knows that area really well.
Yeah, no, it's Bob's Seafood or something. Might be Bob's Seafood or something.
Oh, okay. Oh, I knew you were. I knew you were in York, Dave. I know that you know that area. You're rather familiar with it. He didn't buy in Valley Green, did he, Dave?
There you are, complete installation.
Okay, I was just curious. All done. Wow, just like that. There it is, the completed installation.
I didn't.
This is my nephew's 57 that he's working on, putting the stabilizer bars in for you guys who are coming in late. He actually just installed the front one. He has the rear one installed already. I know, I might actually have to walk over myself and get a beer. That's a terrible thing.
Loosen up.
Oh, you got the brakes?
Well, we just did the brakes, did caliper setup on it.
Ah, that's why that one looked tight.
Yeah, they are tight. Have not driven it since we bled since the brakes were bred, so they're probably still tight.
Says, is it a post or a coupe? It's a wagon. The guy,
Two-door wagon.
it's a two-door wagon. The guy didn't see the whole thing. He just came in, so he was asking. He saw the front, but I'll show it again since there's some new people in here. Leave it up a minute if you will, Brandon, and we'll look at the. You're good. Well, yep. And what? It ain't gonna fall. Oh, just buffing my ass on that buffer. See, got my ass all buffed by the buffer. About the only time in my life I've been buff. All right, so it is not a Nomad, correct? It's a 150. A 150 wagon. And there's the rear work, rear stabilizer bar they put on it. So we showed the underneath earlier, some of the work that he did. He actually had to fix some of the channels here, weld those in because they were gone.
It's all hand bent in the vise.
Yep, all hand bent in the vise.
Paint cracked and all.
Yep. So, and he is actually gonna have Pennsylvania State inspection put on it and make it a daily driver. So, and yes, that is a glass pack. It most certainly is. Wouldn't have it any other way. Headers into a glass pack, man. Old style. 283 engine. I didn't know you just did the brakes. There's the brakes they put on.
Yeah, it's what the bush is for.
Well, that'll be a little hard to move. It looks like it's missing something there.
It is. The drive shaft was too long, so I had to get an inch cut off it, and it's at the drive shaft shop right now.
Okay.
Got to run a new
I
speedometer.
wish I had that problem that I had to get an inch cut off it, but don't have to worry about that. Did I? No, didn't know I was supposed to. It's called a big screwdriver.
Yeah. Well, I do have a snap-on one over on the...
Yeah, be careful with that because if you don't grab it right, you can put a scratch in that pretty quick. I won't tell you how I know that stuff, but if you put the hook, if you hook up in there and you don't watch where you pull, you can nick that aluminum real easy.
I think they were that hard to come out.
Yeah, all depends. I'm moving. I don't want to get dirty. I'm not watching. I'll probably be the one to get hit in the snoot with it when it flies.
Oh my.
Yes, it does, Will. That's one of my favorite sayings. They said to cuss at it, Brandon. That'll help.
I'm gonna soon.
3-speed? Yeah, it's 3 or 4.
4-speed.
4-speed Hurst, you said, shifter?
It's a Hurst, quick shift it's called. And
Oh no, the big tools are coming out. I'm not looking. Hammer time. Don't touch this.
You don't wanna play.
What do you think, Will? Bigger hammer? Is that what we need?
I'm just scared of the aluminum, like you said.
You gotta be careful. Alright guys, I'll try and stick around for this. But my battery, it tells me she's going dead. Yep. That's what we need. We need a BFH.
I just need that fuel pour into it right now. I don't wanna fuck that up. To be continued. To be continued.
No bleep sound. I told them to control themselves, but you know how it is. All right, guys. Thank you all for hanging in there. Thank you all for watching. We appreciate it. And I hope we can do some more on this with my nephew, but my battery's going dead. We'll see you all next time. Thanks for stopping in. See ya.